With Hashem's loving grace, welcome to Parsha Pearls with your host, Laser Brody. This week's Parsha is Parsha Shmini, and we learn about the laws of kashrut, which animals, birds, and fish we can eat and which we cannot eat. Well, there's a question that the pig has a complaint. The pig says, why do I get a bad rap? Everybody complains about me, and I'm used as the archetype of evil, the bad animal, the filthy animal, the bad animal with the bad character. And I'm not the only unkosher one around. Look at all the others. There's a rabbit, and there's the camel and the horse and the donkey, and nobody complains about them, but they're all complaining about me. They use the name, you're a pig, you're a pig, you're a pig. Well, the pig complains about his bad rap. But what's the difference between a pig and a horse or a camel or a bunny rabbit? Well, the big difference is this. The Torah commands us that there should be two signs for an animal that could be consumed. The animal's flesh could be consumed. One, it has to have a split hoof, not a closed hoof like a horse, but a split hoof like a cow or like a deer or like a sheep. And it chews its cud, what we call male gera. It chews its cud. And it chews what's had the cud. The cow ruminates. Why is it rumen? The rumen comes from the name of what stomach. The cow has a 4-compartment stomach. And the cow, that enables the cow to eat grass and hay and straw, and which humans can't eat because humans have one stomach. Now, pigs have one stomach like a human. Pigs don't ruminate. Therefore, pigs aren't kosher. But it's very funny that the camel ruminates and the rabbit ruminates and the hare ruminates. But so we see that the pig is the only animal that has an internal sign of kashrus. He's got a split hoof. And he shows his split hoof. The pig says, look at my split hoof. Look at my split hoof. I'm kosher. No. But we look at your inside. Your inside, you don't chew your cud. You don't ruminate. So you're not kosher. And the camel and the rabbit, they're not trying to fool anybody because they have an outside unkosher foot. Inside, they ruminate. Because inside, they have an inside kosher sign. So the same thing with the horse and the donkey. So they don't get the bad rap. The pig is the archetype for the hypocrite. He's the hypocrite. He shows everyone that he's kosher, but he's really not. His inner dimension is not kosher. And that's not what the same with the horse, which is not kosher. Many other animals are not kosher. They may chew their cud, but doesn't try to fool people. This is inner sign. Inner sign, he's got a positive attribute, but on the outer sign, he's got a hoof, a closed hoof, which enables him, which it cannot be eaten. And certainly for all the animals like cats and dogs and bears that they don't ruminate or they don't have kosher feet, and they're certainly not trying to fool anyone. So this is why the pig gets the bad rap, because the pig tries to show that he's kosher on the outside, but on the inside is very much not kosher. And this reminds us of a lot of people we know. We don't have to complain about people that may be far away from Amunah, far away from observance. Maybe they never learn, but they're not trying to show that they're the moral people or that they can teach other people. But they're people that want to show that they're moralistic, and that then they show you their kosher foot, but inside, their inside is unclean. It's unclean. For example, you saw in someone some political movement they want to represent, that they're patriots, that they're the true loyal Jews in Israel, but yet they hate other Jews. And this can't be. This can't be. Maybe you show the outside, oh yeah, you wear a Magen David and you wave an Israeli flag, but inside, you don't like the Torah? You speak against the Torah? You violate the Torah? No, you can't be kosher. You can't be kosher. So this is why there's people like this, that they try to show that they're kosher, but their actions are very much the opposite. Might hurt to hear, but they resemble a pig. And this is why the pig does get the bad rap. So we have to understand that when real kashrus, to really be kosher, a kosher critter, then you have to have the inside is kosher and an outside that's kosher. No hypocrisy that what you see is what you get. You see a person's outside and they're in a dimension. There's no daylight between the two. And that's kosher. That's what we have to learn. You have to learn one other thing. Some people think that, maybe it's okay. It's okay. Heaven forbid. It's okay to eat pork now because at the time when the Torah was given at Mount Sinai, there was trigonosis in pork and there was no modern slaughter methods and no modern houses, no refrigeration. That's true. That's not why. That's not the reason. It's not the reason because of trigonosis or refrigeration that the Torah forbidden pork. It's the same thing. If we look in the writings of the esoteric teachings of Judaism called Kabbalah, we look at the writings, we see that a person assumes every critter in the world has a basic animal soul. And the reason that eating kosher is so important is because when we ingest an animal, that's where we have to do ritual slaughter it properly, and not like barbarians just to kill an animal. We don't kill animals. We have ritual slaughter. It's called shechita, and have to salt the meat. Not allowed to eat the blood because the blood, the basic animal soul, it permeates the blood, and we're not allowed to eat another soul. But when we eat the flesh of an animal, we ingest that animal's characteristics. So when a person eats chicken, then a chicken is kosher inside, kosher on the outside, or a fish, certainly a fish that has fins and scales, no problem. And it's for the soul, especially if he eats it with a blessing before, the blessing after. But if a person ingests something that's not kosher, despite the modern slaughter and despite the refrigeration, despite everything, and this is what people in the change movements that allow themselves to alter the laws of Torah, where they really don't understand what the Torah is all about. When you eat pork, you get the characteristics of a pig because a person ingests the characteristics of that flesh. That flesh becomes part of his own basic life soul, his own basic life force, his nephesh. And so sometimes when you see a person acting like a pig, to double check what he eats. So it's so very important, number one, that we eat kosher, and so very important that we act kosher, and that our outside is kosher, and that our inside is kosher. God bless, and have a wonderful week.